Hi, I'm Paul. We're doing Leetcode must-know interview questions. Today's challenge is ransom note. Given two strings, ransom note and magazine. Return true if ransom note can be constructed using letters from magazine and false otherwise. You can't really see the method signature here. Let me scoot that over. All right, there it is. Returns a Boolean, and it takes two inputs, two strings, ransom note and magazine. Each letter in magazine can only be used once in ransom notes, and there's some examples here that are, too simple to really deal with. Constraints. We don't have to worry about the inputs being null. We don't have to worry about the inputs being empty strings. We are guaranteed that ransom note and magazine will both have a length somewhere between 1 and 10 to the 5th, 100,000. Ransom note and magazine consists of lowercase English letters. All right. So what we can't do is just go through ransom note character by character and say, is this character in magazine? Go to the next one. Is this character in magazine? Because of this, each letter in magazine can only be used once in ransom note. A letter could be in both ransom note and magazine, but it could be in ransom note more frequently than it's in magazine, in which case we would have to return false. So it's not enough to know that a character is in magazine. We need to know how many times it's in magazine, and a good data structure for this would be a hash map, where the keys are characters and the values are counts. Okay, so let's go over here and write some code. Myself a little bit more room. What do we need here? I mean, I guess there's one, edge case that we could handle. I mean, the algorithm would handle it anyway. Since the strings could go up to 100,000 characters, I mean, it's possible we might go through like close to 100,000 characters for nothing. So let's just check it right off the bat. If magazine dot length, if the magazine length is less than the ransom note length, then there's no way that it's going to work. So we'll just return false. All right. At this point, we need a hash map, but I mean, we do and we don't. It's all we have is characters and integers, and we can simulate a hash map with an array in this case. I mean, a hash map is kind of a heavy data structure to be using for something like this. So let's do this. We know that we have, all we're dealing with is lowercase letters. So it's 26 possible characters. So let's say we have a integer array called count, and it has 26 cells. Okay. All right, we're going to fill it up with count. I mean, each cell represents a letter. First, index 0 is A. Index 25 is Z. So let's fill it up with, using extended for loop, for char c in magazine dot to char array. I don't think you can just do extended for loops on strings. What we're going to do is count C, the character that we're looking at, minus the letter, the character A. Count character A, add 1 to it. All right. The integer array should initialize everything to 0. All right, in Java, characters are really the same as numbers. You can do arithmetic with them. You don't have to do any special conversion. Java just figures it out. Every character has a character code. So the lowercase letter a, for example, has a character code. Now, if you subtract the lowercase a character from any lowercase letter, you're going to get a number between 0 and 0 and 25. So that's what we want. If you're not familiar with this, then you definitely should be. Count C minus A equals 1. All right, what are we going to have there? We're going to have a 26 element array. Each cell represents a lowercase letter, and each cell contains a count of how many times that letter occurs in magazine. Okay. The next thing we have, it's going to be kind of similar. I'm going to copy this. What just happened there? Did I copy it? Oh, okay. 4. Then we'll do 4 char C in ransom note to char array. We've got to check and see if this character C exists in the magazine. So if count C minus A equals 0, either it doesn't exist in the magazine or it doesn't exist enough in the magazine. That is, the frequency with which it exists in ransom note is more than it exists in magazine. So either way, we're going to return false. We are out of that letter. If we're not out of that letter, we're going to continue, but we need to decrement, minus equals 1. We need to decrement the letter in count to indicate that we used it. All right. So what's going on here? All right, set up the hash map or hash array, let's say, load it with the letters from magazine and their counts, and then start iterating through the ransom note. For each character, we check, is it in the hash array with a count greater than 0? If not, return false. If it is, we keep going, decrement the count. If we can get all the way through the ransom note without having returned false, then every letter in the ransom note is accounted for and we can return true. So this looks okay to me. I'm going to try and run it. Compile error. How can I miss that? It's a method. I got the first one and I missed the second one. Now we're finally back to the easy level again, and I've still got a compile error. All right, so that's accepted. Basic cases. Let's go ahead and submit. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and submit. I need a little bit more space over here. Join the study plan. No. All right, what do we have here? Memory. That's memory or that's runtime? That's runtime. All right, 1 millisecond. Apparently very good. These bars out here, I guess, must be people who used actual hash maps. I don't know. But this is a good implementation. The use of an array instead of a hash map here is definitely what you want to do. The memory, yeah, let's look at the memory also. Okay, memory. Again, there's a lot of pretty big bars here using more memory than we used with this solution. Again, probably using an actual hash map, which you don't need. So let's see. All right, that is it for ransom note. Feel free to like, subscribe, and See you next time.